Good morning, members. I'm Anthony Rodwell-Ball, Chief Executive of NGS Super, and welcome to this Board Outcomes video update. The NGS Board has met twice since I last recorded an update, and in that time, markets have moved through yet another cycle from optimism to uncertainty. This, of course, has provided the NGS Investment Committee and the Board a lot upon which to ponder. When we look at what's happening in global markets, and in particular how this is reported in the media, the Board concludes that NGS Super has the right focus in considering the following questions. Has this cycle seen any fundamental changes to asset values? Are the assets in which we invest good value and likely to yield a good long-term return for our members? What strategies do we have in place to protect our members from downside risk while positioning members for upside opportunity? And finally, how do we communicate with our members to provide them with the best possible information to enable them to assess what investment strategy best suits their appetite for risk and their life cycle stage? So allow me to briefly review and attempt to cover the main issues raised by these questions. NGS continues to hold to the belief that the assets we hold are of good quality, offering excellent long-term return potential. Asset allocation, manager selection, and review are still being very actively managed by the fund to ensure that that quality is maintained. It has to be remembered also that investing generally has a long-term focus. It's interesting to note that a recent report by Russell Investment Consulting, commissioned by the ASX, found that over a 20-year period, Australian shares have outperformed all other asset classes, including residential investment property, fixed interest, and cash. But at the risk of sounding cynical, this report has not made the 6 o'clock news, as the media seem to be solely fixated on the short term and the dramatic, rather than on an examination of statistical evidence and a sober assessment of the facts. However, having said that, while the Board takes a long-term view when investing in the diversified and other growth options, the fund has a number of more conservative investment options that may better suit your needs and appetite for risk. So please do not hesitate to ring us to discuss any concerns that you might have. The Board continues to actively seek and to invest in good quality income-producing assets as a diversifier against share market risk. As an example, a recent investment in insurance-linked securities will provide some downside protection when markets are volatile. Finally, we continue a very active campaign of education and engagement with you, our members, through written and electronic communications, social media, and face-to-face seminars. We are here to provide you whatever information you may need, depending on where you are in your career and how you currently feel about taking risk. So I encourage you to visit our website or give us a ring to learn more about this program in order that we may work together to provide the best possible outcome in retirement for you personally. Thanks for listening, and we'll have another video update in a month or so.